Thanks guys for watching part 1. We're now in part 2. You know, previously we spoke about, do you feel loved and appreciated by your family or friends? What would you change? Now we're moving into obligations and expectations and all of the above with family. So get straight into it.
I think for me, I want to talk about this, not this one time, but the time when I was getting married and I had picked a maid of honor or chief bridesmaid, whoever they're called. It's like the person that follows the bride everywhere or does most of the things for the bride. And I picked a friend of mine that, and for me personally, I didn't pick based on who I thought was the closest to me or who I thought was the most reliable, the most hardworking. I just kind of just picked this person because I felt like at that point in time she deserved the position, and I had to anyway, so I felt they'll be able to like supplement each other. But then I had this other friend of mine that was very close to me, and I knew her first before I knew the person I eventually picked as my chief bridesmaid. And during my traditional wedding, because in Nigeria we have the traditional wedding and the church wedding, during my traditional wedding, my chief bridesmaid couldn't make it for whatever reasons, and this other friend of mine was present. But while she was there, when I asked her, oh, could you please help me do this, she would make statement like, oh, but I'm not your chief bridesmaid. Where's your chief bridesmaid? And for me, I never really said it, but back then I really didn't process it because obviously you're getting married and there's so much going on. But reflecting now and few years later, I kind of realize that when it comes to friendships, there are certain expectations of each other. For me personally, you didn't pick me as your chief bridesmaid, fine. The person is not here. I will show up for you. I don't need to remind you of, oh, why didn't you pick me, or I'm not the one, why you... I know she was saying it as a joke, but to me, it hit closer to home than expected. So I think generally when it comes to friendship and expectations, people a lot of times just feel that there are certain expectations a certain friend should meet up to, and when that friend doesn't meet up to that expectation, they just kind of cancel you out or are reckless towards you. So I think it's a bit wild. Imagine getting married and your friend is telling you, oh, but I'm not your chief bridesmaid, you should get your chief bridesmaid to do that for simple things that anybody should be able to do.
But you see, the thing is, before we started shooting, like Chini said, you know, with friendship and things like this, sometimes where you place me might be different from where I place you. You understand? So, like Chini has said before with her record, it could be like the way she values the relationship. You felt like, oh, I deserve this position more than this person. I would have showed up better than this person. I would have done this job better than this person.
But then she was always of the impression that the people in that role are maids. Like, and then there was one time we had like a minor argument when she was saying, your chief bridesmaid and your bridesmaids are like your house helps. They're like your servants.
And did she say I was ready to be your servant on that day?
And she was like, if you're going to be a chief bridesmaid, you have to be ready to be the person's servant, like the person's slave. She used the word slave. And I was arguing with her, like, slave is a very strong word, because the way I see slavery is it should nobody in this world should ever have to go through slavery.
It's like PAs more than
even if the person is white. I think nobody in this world should go through slavery because it's brutality. So if you're equating being a chief bridesmaid with slavery, it shows that honestly,
so it
something
shows that you don't even know the conception,
and it's not necessarily your cup of tea, because nobody will willingly be someone else's slave, no. So that's why I didn't think at all towards speaking, and even if that conversation happened already after I had picked my chief bridesmaid, but I already understood the kind of person she was, and I didn't think it was necessary to put her
so
in
she
that
confirmed
position.
that why you didn't pick her then.
Exactly.
Really
so I think when it comes to friendship, when you have clear expectations and boundaries, same with family, it becomes very difficult when there are obligations. For example, if somebody feels as your friend, if I need money, you should be able to help me with it. If I need like physical help, you should be able to help me with it. Those obligations, I feel, makes relationship difficult. Even for like romantic relationship, when you have obligations and the person on the receiving end don't even understand or know your obligations, it just makes the whole thing complicated.
Yeah, but the thing I see, like, most of the reason why our expectations are cut short, why we get hurt at the end of the day, I think is actually because the only people that can hurt you are the people that you care about. The only people that has the chance to hurt you is the people you care about. If I don't care about you, your actions won't hurt me.
That's true.
So that is,
you can't even really affect me if I don't care about you.
But that's the thing. But that's why I say people just take things for, I don't want to say for granted. They just use it. They use you because now, if you know I care about you, as let's say we're friends, and you should know that certain actions will affect this person. Because you know this person care about me and I care about this person. And because normally, if for example, going to our wedding time, I had a friend as well that from then to now I haven't spoken. Him not coming for the wedding, it's not as if it was going to really make any difference. His presence was not going to do anything. But I care so much about him, and
it pained you.
It pained me. Yes, I was pained. I like, no, I didn't see him. No, whether you like it or not, no matter the excuse he's going to give, even if you say, oh, the plane was not moving, I feel like, bro, you should be on the sea.
There was traffic in the air.
Do anything, whatever. Because that's the only thing, like, I feel like.
But I think also when it comes to you would have done everything possible.
Yeah, but that is the thing.
To make sure you show up.
That is the thing.
But you can't. That's where I try to be careful, because you can't expect somebody to behave the way you would behave in a situation.
Well, that's where we struggle. Most times we expect the same energy.
That's why I don't expect anything from my
it's
friends.
really not like expecting, if you see, but
I get you though. If I invite you to my wedding, you should be there.
Yeah, and
truly,
and
especially we're friends from young.
Friends from very young. And there's this popular saying in Nigeria that to whom much is given, much is expected. You understand? If there's some friendship that I have invested a lot into and I get nothing back, I won't lie, it hurts me.
Of course.
Because I've invested time, energy.
Yeah, because when
skill,
it's that you did everything to make sure you
and you
sacrificed so much. It's not like you're expecting payback, but at least
just whether you like it or not,
make an effort.
And when we're alone, you see, the retest for a character of friendship or a man is not when the things are good. If when we have everything is good, we're all there together laughing, come to this, come to that, come to that, come to this. And if when I'm in need, sometimes people equate everything to money. That's mad. It doesn't have to be money. Sometimes picking up the phone and be like, bro, I can't be there, but
I support you.
You know me. You know I'm there in spirit. For example, on our traditional wedding, our pastor couldn't make it, but early in the morning, he called me and prayed for me. After praying for me, well, like, don't worry, if you need anything, call me. That gave me some certain level of courage, boldness. Oh yeah, I've got people behind me. You understand? Then it makes you just know when everybody likes, when you have backup, people like it. It's good. And I cannot be giving anything in friendship. That's my problem. My problem is that I do my friendship with my heart, and I expect you to do the simple, even though the simplest, the bare minimum.
That's exactly how I felt about the situation.
I hear it.
My friend did end up doing so much for me on my traditional wedding, even if she was on my chief bridesmaid. Even if she made the statement she made, she still went over and beyond for me. But I felt like, are you just going over and beyond because you feel now you're here, you're obligated to do it, so I don't feel bad? Or are you doing it because genuinely in your heart you want to make the sacrifice for me because you care about me and we have grown up together, we have been through so much together? Because I kind of felt, at the end of the day, you can always sense people's vibe. If your friend can't make it to whatever and calls you and be like, oh, I can't make it, I'm so sorry, I have this going on, no matter how truthful, how much they are lying, you can sense
You see,
that they genuinely care that they're not going to be there.
there was something.
Yeah, but
there was
what if,
something
just to be the advocate, just to be on the other side of things, what if the person was genuine about it and you felt like they weren't? Because that happens a lot of times too.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true. But there are words that you can use to convey how genuine you are. For example, if you say, "Oh, I can't come tomorrow. I have so much going on."
You see the thing.
Compared to, "Oh, I'm really sorry that I can't make it, but I
Not
know
to.
me being there would have made a difference for you." But
Sorry,
unfortunately,
let me say something. Not to
I
make,
have so much
not to
going
make
on
sure
right
you
now.
feel like he's a very wise man, because he's the person that said this to me.
Oh, you can just quote him.
Yeah, I'll quote him. But you know this one. This is the second time quoting. So I feel
Quotation
like,
mark.
oh yeah, I'm wise. No, don't feel like that. This is my brother. I know. I feel like.
Einstein
So I feel like
jokes.
yeah, I'm good. I'm joking. But he said something. He said people actually show us who they are.
Yes, we just choose.
We
not
just
to
choose
see.
not to see it.
You know that was my coach from last year when he said that every time
That's
I go,
very true.
well, I
The
don't
truth
coach
is,
you.
like, people just, they trust, whether you know. And there's something Pac has said that to him before. Tupac said that to him before. He said, watch people, listen to people. He said, you can fake for a very long time, but one day you show yourself to be a funny. You show yourself to be the real person. And sometimes for a person like me, I can get a vibe that you're not legit, you're not good, you're not the person
you're
that
still
you
in
say
the
you
middle.
are. But I feel like because I want to see you, and it's human nature, we just project ourselves like, this is how I want the friendship to be. So I'll start giving you too much, and this person you are giving too much to is nothing.
This is why I don't even expect anything. How I do it is, from the people that are closest to me, I expect the bare minimum. Then the people that are not mad close to me, like my friends and that, I don't really expect nothing, because really and truly, like, I feel like everybody in this life is pretending.
Yeah,
Like at some,
You feel I'm pretending.
everybody is pretending to some degree. When you
Yeah.
get
What do
to
you mean
work,
pretending?
when you get to work, you're pretending to some degree.
So what do you
If
mean?
if I say something now that upsets you, there will be a way you want to respond, but you might have to change it to respond a different way. That's pretending to some degree.
What if it's just according the person respect?
No, but then
What if it's
again,
according the person respect?
you know why I
It's still
say
pretending,
you know
because
why
for example, one of my
you know why I say it's pretenders. Why I go there. I'm not literally say people is pretending, but why I would say that, like, agree with him,
Everyone
is that
quotes things.
because you see people at the end of the day, like I said, when it's good, everybody, that's not the real character. For example, it's all rosy, it's all nice. We're good. The moment there's a friction between both of us, there's a moment of weakness. The moment probably I've said something, now I've done something, you see the real character start coming out. But when it's all right, everybody's, oh yeah, it's good. They are doing jiggy with you, and there's one little goes out for one moment, and you start seeing their character.
But I
You
feel
started
like-
that. So I start asking. So all these years, all these months of good friendship, of good communication, of good connections, of good, with you just pretending, because actually there was something I heard yesterday, I think this morning. He said, people watch what people give you. Say a lot of bad things comes in a good form. So sometimes people give hate in the form of love. So sometimes people give lies and truth. So be very watchful what people give. So at the end of the day, so for example, let's say something happened, you have this friend, you have this friend that probably things weren't going too well with the person, and you just, something happened, and then now this person has found another person, because you maybe at that moment your friendship was convenient for him, like it was convenient. If you come to your house to probably eat food, play games, at that moment you will be his best buddy.
Yeah, because
But
it's benefiting.
yes, benefiting. So it will tell you so many. It will give you so many love in it. It's the tension is it really don't. What is actually has for you is not love. It's probably it. But at that moment there is nobody else. So it's convenient for him. people are friends. You are thinking this guy is my friend. You in your mind, you're like, oh, I've got a very good friend here. I've got one for life. I've got good, because there's whether I would like it or not. My dad always say, no, I think so. Yeah, when you find good allies, keep them, good ones. Whether you like, no, when you have a good friend, keep them. They will help you in future and everywhere. But those that are just good friends are very.
For me personally, I'm not.
People,
I'm not
my thing is not more what Jude was saying. I hear it, because for me, like, certain things are said, like, out of just not maybe, like, for example, you want to say something, but because you feel the type of way, you say it the wrong way. I don't feel like that's your character is now coming out. I think what I'm trying to say is, when things are good, something might happen that annoys you or does whatever, but either you overlook it or you will undermine it, which is pretending. Like, and a lot of people do that, really and truly.
People are not just.
I have a friend like that, and there are so many things that she does to me, and
if you told the person how it was. It's like, for example, if one of our elders now upset us, would we really tell them what we're gonna tell them? Yeah. So you're pretending then.
But I think in a sense you have to pretend to get on.
That's why I said everybody on this planet pretends to a certain degree.
Yeah, to a certain degree, everybody.
Do not deny it.
Which is why I don't expect anything from anybody. Because at the end of the day, even if I expect something from you and you do it, I will never know whether that's genuine or not. I'm only assuming. Yeah, because even if you, for example, that statement you made about your friend, about somebody could call you and be genuine.
Yeah.
They might say all the words in the world and you still don't believe they're genuine. They might say no words at all and you feel like they're genuine. So you're just making you never actually know. You're deciding whether to believe that person or not.
Like I was
saying, for me the only people that are worth believing and expecting some things from, like, when I say expecting, I'm not expecting the world is the closest people to you, because you actually have to believe and trust in what they say and they do. Because everyone else is just assumptions.
Even the closest one, sometimes they still dig you out. They still do you.
Yeah, because
bro, sometimes the funny
unless people are puppets,
because
it's like, unless somebody does everything you say, and even then they will be upset because there's things that they want to do that they're not able.
And the thing, for a person like me, I end up getting hot when it's friendship. I'm the one that because
you put your heart and soul into it.
Yeah, that is the thing. And now my heart and soul is into it. So I've invested time, a lot of things, and you just pick up one man. I don't want to see this guy again.
I've done that though. No, because for someone like Jude, I don't understand it. But for, like, I've had friends in the past where.
But they must have showed you something.
There was reason, of course. Like, either you didn't show up for me, or I was around with you and something happened, or you behave in a way, or you do things, or the environment is not right, and then just from that alone, I'll never speak to you again. And I won't tell you why. That's it.
What you're doing is that, with that I say, is following the patterns. That's not logical. That's very logical. That's not like, for example,
but from that other person, they might be thinking, I didn't do anything.
No, but
do you understand?
The thing is,
do you understand?
But the thing is, you're just being smart. You just don't want to. That's being smart. For example, you follow people patterns. Let me make an example. We go out to eat. Or let me not. Yeah, I don't want to use food or something like that. For example, you have a problem. Mm-hmm. Probably at some point you were feeling a bit low in your life, and this person, at your low point, there was no form of verbal contribution, physical, nothing. It's just like, oh, you need your time, go. And you notice the pattern is not doing. It might not do this to you now. You're like, oh, he just, that guy. Because when you are friends with somebody, he's friends with another person.
Yeah.
So you know that there is a pattern of dishing people, like, oh, this guy.
Yeah. They
run. You are following the pattern. So that kind of.
It's very easy to put off.
But it's just that for people like me if I can do that, I would be very happy. But I will see the pattern. I'll be, it will change.
So basically, in summary, you ignore the red flags.
I'm like, oh, that person is gonna change. I'm
You're
telling
like,
you.
you're like, Mom.
I give people so.
I think we need to normalize red flags in friendships. Red flags is not just in relationships.
But that's with me.
Do you know what it is for me? Do you know what it is? Like
that?
Like I will keep saying, like I will keep saying is, I choose. So if I decide to be, everybody has their own red flag. If I decide to be with you or decide to have you in my close friendship circle, then that means I can't just cut you off at every.
No, but then surely red flags are things that you cannot negotiate.
What do you mean?
So if, for example, a red flag is a person that is always like any opportunity, I need money, help me with £20, help me with £10, help me with £15,
if that's but my point is it will always be a red flag, but there's somebody that will still pick that person.
But to that person it's not a red flag.
It is.
It's not because
you can't what flag is it?
No, wait,
because it has to be a color.
It's just white.
No.
Do you know why it's not a red flag?
If you're a beggar, then that person's a beggar, right? That person's a beggar,
I have
right?
a friend that doesn't mind giving to their friends. As because they have the means to do that. So they don't mind having a friend that's asking them for like £10, £20, £30. So
if I have the money,
it doesn't matter about
that person, when they meet a person that's asking them for money, it's not a red flag.
It doesn't matter about the means.
No, it's a red flag. I think what you conceptualize as red flag is different from what I conceptualize as red flag. I think red flags are things that once I see it, run. Like don't go.
But you see I don't agree.
But you see what do you conceptualize red
because for example,
what does red mean? Like in traffic light, stop. Don't go. So that's how I see. Once I see those signs in the person, stop. Don't go. Turn back.
But for me,
but to you, red flags can mean like excesses.
Yeah.
Not even just excesses. I just paid everything the same picture because red flags are something that the person does that is wrong.
Not necessarily
it
wrong.
It really is though.
It's just something that you are uncomfortable with. It could not be the person is wrong because I personally don't think it's wrong to ask people for money if you need money.
It is wrong to be a beggar.
No.
If you're constantly asking for money,
you're not begging.
No, you are though. If you're constantly asking for money, you're a beggar. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. What do you mean?
No, wait.
What does that even mean? What is a beggar? Let's go into the dictionary and find out what a beggar is.
I didn't say any person beggar. I said
if you constantly ask for money day after day, week after week, you're a beggar, bro.
Let's assume the person is bad with finances and
that's a red flag.
That's a red flag, dude.
My point is, you being bad with finances is a bad thing. That's my point.
Yeah.
But there are some people that will still pick that. That doesn't change it not being a red flag.
No,
it's still a red flag.
That's why I said we conceptualize it differently because for me, once it is a red flag,
you are wrong.
I don't accept.
Run, no. That person that run.
I move because let me give you an example of what is red flag in a relationship. For me, red flag is when you know those friends that you're always riding for them 247, but they have never even gone enter the bike to even turn it on and ride for you, even to the shortest distance. But anything that you are on them, you're there, you're riding for them 24/7. When is your turn? This, that.
But I feel
very sorry, I can't.
I feel like for me, I feel like for me is
because friendship is give and take.
Do you have any red flags that you do?
I think it's isolation. Like for example, now I can have people that I call my friends and very close, and I will just see a message from them and reply 2 weeks later.
Same.
I'm telling you.
But my point with that is that is a red flag, and regardless of who the person is that's looking at it, the flag will always be red.
No, but for some people, they
don't mind that.
They don't see it as a red flag. Like if I was your friend and I don't reply your messages until 2 weeks later,
do you know why?
For example, there are people that are just bad. There's people that are bad.
No, I'm not though.
You're not working on it.
If I don't want to reply to your message, I don't have to.
No, but
It's true though.
What I mean, okay, say for example, let me give you.
And if it was important, you would call me.
Let me give you a message like, oh, hey Lilian, what's up? How are you doing? How's your family? How's blah 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 blah. And
I feel like that's a waste of.
I just open the message, and I like 1 month later, I reply.
You see, for me,
I know it sounds bad.
Do you know for me? Do you know the thing for me about that? Why I wouldn't even reply to you is because I feel like you just wasted your time. Why have you even messaged me that?
But you see, that is why I was different. For me,
why you even?
I'm the kind of person that I'm thinking.
So what?
Especially when
they're checking in.
Especially when we're good friends. Like I'm the type that sometimes I'll just stay like something can. If for example I'm passing a road that we used to pass together, we're like, oh, this is Sweden road. I remember seeing it. I just like, oh shit, well, you're right. Just check on you. Something. I'm that kind of person that. Oh, sometimes it could be music, it could be anything, it could be talk. I'm just, oh, that's how Chini sounds.
But people
could be football. For example, if there's anybody that plays like you, there was a time where I used to tell you that Alex Chances remind me of Chinedu. Yeah. So when I say play, I'm like, hi Chinedu. Anytime I see Sanchez, I just ask Chini. But it's not because that people are different. For me, I'm like that.
And do you know the funniest part? We can be chatting back to back, like you send me a message, I reply you instantly.
That's bad.
And
that one I don't do.
When we're doing back to back, I can just suddenly disappear for like 3 months.
No, but
and then I'll come back and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know it sounds bad. Some people think I'm rude and I feel I'm on top of the world.
But the thing with me,
and I'm such a great person.
Yeah.
So I see everybody else as being.
But
in reality, the way I see it is that once you start chatting me up or messaging me or calling me,
it's
just too much.
But for
I'm
me,
the kind of friend that wants to be there, love you, like be in your face one day and show you all the love, and the next day I'm okay.
But that is the thing. For a person like me that is always there, always there. When you're not there,
I don't have the energy.
When you're not there, I start feeling like, oh, what happened? For example, if I message you,
but how are you like that with everybody? That's what I understand.
To me, like you have to be on drugs, cocaine, to keep up. I'm not just one of 50 people.
I really don't want to. I don't enjoy it because it breaks my heart.
Take drugs because
it breaks my heart because now sometimes I'm thinking of. There are people. For example, I'm saying you. Because I don't understand, because that's how I do friendship, that's how I do things.
But do you know what? Sorry to cut you short. I think also it still goes back to family. Because for him, growing up, his house was always full of so many people. Cousins, third cousins, 50th cousins, 70th cousins, 80th cousins. He had all this family.
I'm a family man.
So because he's grown up so much with people, that's the only life he knows.
Okay, and
I think
you know the negative side of this life is that
you can't manage to stay without people.
Not just can't stay without people. You set yourself up for heartbreak. A lot, because now, for example, people that don't know Lillian personally, you see those friends that she's talking about. I can tell that she really likes those people. She mean well for them. But sometimes you can go 6 months without talking to them. I'm wondering,
I'm very comfortable.
How do you do
very
it?
Very comfortable.
I can't stay. You know the funny thing, when I message my friend and they don't reply in 2 days, I have a friend that have not replied my message for 2 years. I'm still messaging the person. I just hope to reply. Let me tell you a story. One time somebody blocked me. My friend blocked me. I was sending message to the blocked message. I opened it to go. When I saw him in real life, I saw him and then went to one time I was in a different, so there's a place we meet. We met in a different place.
That doesn't even make sense. So you knew it was black.
And it was black, bro. I was like, you know the thing, it bothers me. So we met. I was like, why have you not been talking to me? Like, I'm tired. You people said I'm not a good friend. So I thought, okay, since you said I'm not a good friend, no problem. Let me live my life. I was like, wow, I care about you. And from God is my weakness, I was worried about him. I was actually worried.
As you block me, I'll be like, oh, thank you very much.
I was worried. I was genuinely worried about him, thinking like, Oh,
Goodbye.
because sometimes in the process of argument we say things that we don't really mean.
Yeah.
So I felt like have we said something that would have hurt him? What is
the
it doing?
messages eventually go
Who?
when he unblocks you.
It did. Of course, it won't go. It's gone. So like we spoke. Then that's the thing with guys. We spoke or like
And then you moved on.
yeah, what you guys said was really bad. It's not as if I had asked you to come to where I was living as at that time. So because we all used to be in Benin, Warri, and they were like, if I told people to come to Ibadan, or where will you come? So you put in. Nobody
I
was.
feel like I know this guy
Sure,
already.
of course.
Oh,
But like
God.
nobody.
He's such a handful.
Nobody was ready to come, and then again things has changed for my family, but people didn't see it like that. People were just there, and from there, and sometimes what I'm starting to realize is that my kind of friendship can be overwhelming for people.
Oh God.
Yeah, because not my kind of relationship can be overwhelming, but the thing is that why I tell people is that look at the tensions. Don't look at the tensions, because sometimes when I don't know how people do it. You are going through, because people actually go through a lot of things and they don't say. And sometimes just checking, just a call, how you doing? Are you alright? Is there
You know when
anything
I
you
get
want to talk
those
about?
just checking, I panic.
Because
I'm like, bro, why
I don't know the way you and she live. I can't live like that.
For me, I just think message me for something. Otherwise, don't message me. Either you want to do something with me,
That's very deep.
either you want something from me, or you want to give me something. Something. Don't just say how
There
are
has to
you,
be
bro.
something.
Do you know why? Because I like how
Maybe
are
because
you?
you're not
Such
used
a
to people checking in on you.
bro. Even if I felt bad, what are you gonna do?
See,
Isn't it
You
nice
can't
to know that
help-
somebody's
for
there?
example,
Bro, at the end of the day, I feel like if I feel upset or I'm happy, or you can't help me, so why are you even asking me in the first place?
so for me, like I feel like
Because I feel how I feel. You're not feeling it. You don't know. How
yeah,
I
but
feel.
I might
You
not
don't
be. That
you
is
don't understand.
That is why I
You-
always tell people like I might not understand. Sometimes like
A listening ear.
at least sometimes just somebody to speak to, which is we don't have sometimes. You don't understand. And coming from
I just thought get a psychologist or a therapist.
coming from a
If you
place
need
where
someone to speak to.
but coming from a place where like I have friends that they don't say you anything. They can be going through hell. They don't say anything.
Where's that guy that cut you off?
No.
He can be going through
Loads
hell
of
and no
them.
one says anything.
Loads of them. I don't want to call names. You know most. They can be everything. I have a friend that all his life he gives to people. He's a giver. You people think I give. His one problem is even worse than me, because he can borrow to give. Me at least I can't. When I don't have, I will just be. I feel sad I can't give.
He borrows to
he will
give.
go and take from somebody to give to make sure somebody else has.
Yeah,
But there was a
that's
time.
what I'm saying.
There was a time in his life where things went really south.
And nobody was there.
Nobody.
Nobody.
And that's what I expect from people.
Nobody
That's
was.
what
Nobody
most
was there.
people-
But
most
you know
people
the
are
thing.
like that.
And there was something one day.
But would you expect family to show up for you?
Family. No, depend on the family. Depend on bro. These days, family is not just blood related.
Because
I don't want
because
those-
family expect. How do I explain?
I think in a sense family expect from you, but they don't. A lot of times don't want to give.
Yeah, but
they're not ready to take on their own
But the
responsibilities.
thing with
They
me
just wanna
is these days
benefit.
I've come to the age and I realized that
I'm very happy to just.
I've
lock
come to
off
the age I
everybody
realized that
and create my own. family.
my term of my term of family is no longer blood.
I think
If I see one
in
perfect
my
thing that I
experience in life, some
cool.
blood people have been reckless.
Yeah.
Like some people that claim that you're blood.
They are
They are-
very
In fact, they
reckless.
feel like if they feel like because you went from the day you were born, you from the womb handed them a
Yeah,
certificate
and
of
for-
recklessness and said because you're my family member, I hereby present you the certificate. You can be reckless.
Yeah, and
too."
for some people, because we share this, the moment you share the same surname with them,
Yeah,
it's
they just
permission
feel
for them
like
to misbehave.
They can do whatever they like and get away with it.
yeah.
Like for me, I think we need to really talk about why people feel that they can be nonsense and terrible people, but because it's family, you should accept
Yeah, but
them.
I don't know that's this.
Protect them. Let's for example now.
You don't choose them.
Yeah, you don't choose your family. You just happen to you. So let's imagine a person now. Let's say I'm your sister and I'm doing all these reckless things left, right, and center. And you have to come and keep bailing me out. And I'm not even thinking of the discomfort, the inconvenience, financially, physically, emotionally for you. But because you're my family, you're just supposed to show up for me.
Yeah, but that's why
and carry my baggage.
That's why I say like I'm just ready to lock off everyone and just have my own family. Do you know why? Shall I tell you why? Because at the end of the day, I realize there's a way that majority of people see life, and then there's a way that, like for example, everyone wants to live their life in a specific way, and everyone wants to live by a set of rules. Let me say, and the whole but your family is the one that's there for you. They weren't you didn't choose them, so you should be there for them. You should put up with what they're doing. Like I don't believe that. No, but there's a lot of people that do believe that. So
but in some families they actually do. Like they're in Nigeria, there are some families that, let's say there are like 3 people on top. Those 3 people on top make sure every single person that has that name are in money. They're doing very well for themselves. They set them up and give them the best opportunity.
Yeah, there are people like that.
But that doesn't mean that if your family is moving nonsense, you should still be.
No, it doesn't mean. But I'm just saying that there are some families that actually cushion and support. Let's imagine in a situation where a person is struggling, and it's not a struggle that they put themselves in. It's a struggle that happened to them as a result of life. Let's say they invested in their business, and the business was going well, then it failed, and then they are having this challenge, and a family member just stops and say, okay, because you're going through this at this point in time, I'm going to give you 20k boost for your business.
Yeah, there are families like that.
There are families that cushion. As soon as they see a family struggling, they go in, sweep up everybody.
Yeah, let's go.
All going up.
So we
must all be going up together. And they
carry
carry each other. And in such families, it's fantastic, because even if there are excesses, they're not excesses because you're my family, you must deal with it. They're excesses because everybody has flaws. And you're my family, I'll take your hand and we're going.
No, the truth is that I'm not talking about everybody should have flaws.
I think it's the issue with so many families in Africa, not Africa, Nigeria, because it's Nigeria that I know. They feel like we are family, so you must give me this. But when you're bringing the baggage, you must accept it because you're family. It's not two-way street where.
But even that 20k boost that you're talking about, they are not obligated to do that.
They're not but they do it because
they feel like a team.
Yes.
Feel like it's a family.
Which I understand, but in most families, it's like you should be doing that. This is your duty. This is your obligation. This is your
Nigerian families.
Yeah, but that is why I say these days I've passed the level of because you have my surname. Because the father because you have my surname. You're not
because realistically, when you leave that family setting, you have to go back to your own house. So why do I care about what's going on there? That's what I think.
I think in a sense,
because all of this, you have to be with other people and have to have this many friends, and it's nonsense. Because at the end of the day, when you leave where they are, you go back to your own house with your own family. So that's who you should be focusing on.
Yeah, but in the case where you don't have your own family,
but sometimes I understand. Like, see, for example, we are family. I understand that when we are growing up as a team, for example, there's an opportunity somewhere. I know you're a good editor. And yes, I'm like, there you hear, we need editors somewhere. There are people that they know that their family, they know that as your brother, I know you as a very good editor, but
they will make sure they don't put your name.
Their family like that. I don't know. I don't know the reason, but it's so you are wondering, thinking like, why are we family in the first place?
For me as an individual, for my family, I have expectations. Like if we were related, even if we're not related by blood, but if we identify
as family,
use the word identify because that's what's trending now. If we identify as family, then I expect from you a certain level of decorum. There are expectations. For example,
I agree.
You can't say, "Oh, we are family." No expectation. I expect you to respect me the same way I respect you. I expect you to, like, for example, if my child is going through, like, let's say something big, like let's say graduation, and I invite you and I give you enough heads up to plan. You should not show up suddenly and say, "Oh, I need to go pick up this," or "I need to go."
But you know the thing is,
I feel like you should show up for me, especially when I made it clear that you being there would mean so much to me, and you could help cushion some things that I have to do.
I agree.
So I feel like from family, like we need to have expectations because there are no expectations. People feel like they can just move left, right, and center and do whatever they like, and because it's family, you should
it's just like
it.
So, but do you know why the flip of the coin of that is families start expecting that? I told you that, for example, I want something done today, and I'm gonna tell you today. And I want you to do it.
But that's ridiculous.
But that's how family expects it, though.
No, that's why I say you can't think because we have expectations. You're moving left, right, and center. That's why I said if I'm going to invite my family for something, I'll give you enough heads up, because I don't want you to be in a situation where you're strangled in a chokehold. So I'll say, okay, 6 months. My daughter is doing, like, for example, my daughter is turning 2 in December. I'm planning to do a party from now. So I will send you a text. December, so and so date, a birthday party for my child. So you have 6 months to plan.
And you still don't talk.
And it's on a weekend, on a Sunday. So on the third, you can't come and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I cannot give you. I cannot be there to help you with the cooking. I cannot be there to help you with the decoration because something came up." Or you're automatically telling me that my child's birthday is not as important as something, except you're dying in the hospital, or except you are admitted.
Yeah, but this
or somebody died.
Okay, so this is when we go back to imagine now, yeah. The person has told you a genuine excuse, and you've just said that you
don't care what 6 months.
It doesn't matter.
What would a genuine excuse be on a Sunday, on a weekend?
See, you've
written
off the.
Are they in the hospital dying?
No, you've written off the person.
There could be.
Are they in the hospital dying?
You've written off the person.
There could be.
I agree, because I would do the same thing. If I given you 6 months to attend to something and you don't attend, we're not speaking again.
And most times they don't inform you until a few days too.
Yeah, but
if you inform me to a few days to, I'm fine with that. But
No,
if on the day I don't see you there, and either you tell me on the day or you don't tell me, then that's that.
No, but even a few days to,
a week in advance, you tell me,
but
oh yeah.
Let's
what I
imagine
feel like I feel like this whole thing is like, if we're family, like you said, you should be able to make some level of sacrifice for family. Especially when the person don't move crazy.
But the issue is like, some people will be like, it's not really a big deal, it's just a 2-year-old's birthday party.
No, but like it might be to me.
And some people will be like, it's not as if she would know that I was even there. But the issue here is, it is not the party, it's not the child. It's, I gave you time to be there. There was something
that the video did that made me my respect for him tripled. He has this PA that this logistics manager that is anyhow and everywhere. It's like Davido could have sent him money. The wedding wasn't Benin. Davido has a very busy schedule. We all know.
He doesn't have to go.
He didn't have to go. I know Davido has spent some money, but him coming in person
to perform
gave that guy some level of like, like that kind. You feel love,
mean
like
something to me.
Yeah, you feel. For example, our wedding, we know how stressful Nigeria coming. It was COVID. The tickets, everything was. But you come in, just like it meant a lot more than even if you have given me 20,000 pounds, I would have preferred it to see you. Oh yes, it came, but that's what the people don't just want to make sacrifices. They don't want anything. It's just.
But they want so much.
What you want to do for them?
They want so much from you. Like this world is full of takers. But when it comes to give, oh God, it's too much for them. They cannot do it. Like I have a friend of mine. I will make sacrifices 24/7 for her. When it's A, I'll be in A. If she needs B, I'll be in B to support her. C, D, I'll be everywhere. But when it's my turn, I can't because I don't know the place. But when I was coming to support you, I was entering left, right, and center. The valley of the shadow of death. I went for your sake. But when it's it's too dark. I don't have a lamp. I don't know the direction. I don't have a map.
For example, I was telling my friend. I said, not just because but let's leave the best man something or whatever. I was saying that everybody need to tell me 1 year before their wedding so I can save well. I said there are few weddings that I don't want. If I'm not going hard, I'm not going.
Yeah, go big or go home.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I said, for example, I said, for example, if Chini's wedding, if I'm not going and I'm not going. So Chini's wedding, I said I want it to be like.
It's a case of if I'm not invited, I'll show up anyway.
I said he will have to bring. Police will have to say, you're under investigation.
Imagine police holding me and you at the door.
Yes,
you don't walk away.
yes. So you know that kind of thing. Because I said, is the way I'm planning for it. I said, so I need long time to be saving. Say I don't mind even if it's 20 pounds every week, but I need time to save money. I don't want problem. I don't want. So it was that but it's not your wedding. Why will you go and spend like that? I said, I don't care. That people believe that, oh, give me the money. You don't want to come on my wedding. Don't do this. For me,
some certain things matter.
Yeah, for me, I feel like if you are there are people that there were some people that they put my wedding on their head. And I was wondering why.
And the interesting thing is that to so many people, a wedding is not a big deal.
Yeah, to some people, wedding not a big deal. But for some people.
But to me, like, this person is choosing a life partner. Like, I'm of the opinion that nobody enters a marriage to divorce.
Yeah, true. Nobody does. Nobody.
Even relationship, you don't say, okay, I'm going to date that guy, but I'm going to leave him in like 5 years.
I'm
you enter it expecting it to work. Expecting it to last forever, but sometimes it doesn't. So when a person is choosing a life partner for the rest of their life, they're going to spend the rest of their life with this person, and they're taking this bold step, but you don't feel like you should be there, and you don't even see the need to like communicate to them like, oh, I'm sorry I can't make it.
Man, family these days are just, so that's why I say, to me, don't just come to my, because you have my surname or we both same chain one name,
feel like
you just come, yeah, case blah. Who are you? Exactly. I will tell my dog to bite your bum.
That is why in Nigeria it is so difficult, because in Nigeria you're getting married, you have all these uncles that because they're entering your surname, they just show up and I was there when this child was born. Yeah. So you are going to give me a cat on my drink.
They have, for example, I have some friends that I have some OGs like, oh, if I go to Nigeria I will cheat. But there are some, if I'm coming to Nigeria, you can't know I'm in Nigeria.
What does OG even mean?
OG, old gangster.
Yeah.
Old gangsters.
Yeah. Or the general or whatever.
Really?
So we there are people that I have to be like, these are my real OGs. But there are some that, because I know you when we were primary 4, primary 5, primary 6, primary secondary school, we did school together, and you have never ever showed up for me one day, not mistakenly, not.
How did they even show up for somebody mistakenly?
No, you know some people, for example, you have an issue, we are all friends. Shinedu is going, I really don't want to go, but Lillian is not feeling too well, let's go. That's mistakenly showing up, and Shinedu dragged me there, and I'm, sorry, how you are feeling now? Yeah. So yeah. But you are intentionally, no, mistakenly, no, you have not done anything for me. Then because we now be like, oh, he's my guy. Nah. Don't do that.
I think we all in life, people need to just be very clear. If you don't vibe with this person, there's no point. Just whether it be family, whoever, I think
more than vibe, what I'm saying is that what you did not contribute into, don't take. Don't take from what you don't contribute into. For example, you have.
If you send like a broadcast email, click on this link and get £5 voucher. 99.9% of people that get that email, as far as it's legit, we click on the link and get the voucher. But if it's click on this link and give to like whatever grade course,
nobody gives anybody.
Be like, £1. Why would I give
nobody
£1?
Gives anyone.
But when it's to click and collect £5, we'll be very happy to do it. That's, I think, human nature. It's back in the day our ancestors were interested in discovering like fire, discovering things to help humanity. But now everybody they're looking for
something Kanye West said.
There's something
Kanye West said. Kanye West said
because everybody takes from everybody. Like as you're living, people like the government, people, everybody's just taking from you.
Yeah, like Kanye West said, let's stop mistaking. Like they say, there's no middle class. So it's the rich taking from the poor, and the poor struggling. The poor is struggling. Everybody said, there's no middle. The rich is getting richer. It's before I said that when he was young, as a young rapper, I said you really don't understand that because come on, no, you can't. Say, but now you realize that. These people are just taking.
I'm not gonna lie, if my family was thinking rich, oh my god, I expect you to give me money. I'm not gonna lie. I know it sounds wild, but if you're thinking rich, I expect a level of inheritance.
Because Do you know why? Do you know why? And
So if your Bill Gates starts,
do you know why?
And he gives all his money to
Do you
charity.
know why I've just learned to just
But
not?
because
At the end of the day,
Exactly.
whether we like it or not, we have family members that are rich.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Have they done that?
I say stinkingly rich, not rich.
You don't have to
Regardless,
be stinking rich. You
you
don't have to be
start
stinking rich.
start from here
somewhere.
first.
Don't be-
Start from here.
But
first. If you're not doing it at here, then how are you gonna do it there?
that's it.
Yeah, but at the same
You're
I'm not
giving
saying
your
just
money
give me money
towards-
for free, but let's say I'm not talking of random family members. I'm talking of like mom and dad here.
Oh, of course they will
Like
do that
if your
for you.
dad was Bill Gates and he has standing orders every month to various charities, but you as his child,
There's no, except that child is.
there's some parents like that.
Nah.
They feel like when I struggled growing up, so you have.
But
to
they
struggle
will
for
set
your
you
money
up
too.
definitely.
How many Nigerian parents that will say, "Oh, I'm not going to give you anything because when I was your age, I was struggling." So you need to know how
it's
to
very rare. It's
struggle
not like
to-
that.
Bro, I know for a fact, that there are things that majority of the things I've had to do on my own. So whether my family's rich or not rich or if you want to give me money or you want to invest, fine. But if you don't want it, then I don't
The
care.
cushion it's somebody if I
It's
have
like
a
it's
trust
not about
fund.
to stress about.
Do you know why? Because I've been in a position where I've expected them to do that and they haven't, and I know how I felt.
Yeah.
So I will never. That thing.
You
I will
see,
never
that
put
is
myself in
one
that
position
situation again.
where I say making a lot of friends and carrying family along. Do you see that thing? It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and something like things like that, when they paying me that much, I just won't do it again.
Yeah, because
There's-
you
I don't feel the
really.
point.
But that is where I go to learn. I'm learning.
I don't feel the
If you
point.
ought me one more
I
time,
choose the people that I'm happy to take that heartbreak from, because
Yeah.
I know they're gonna be there to the end.
Yeah.
But majority of people,
That is what
like,
I need to be doing. There are people that
there's no point.
there are people, because like I said, everybody gives bullshit. There are
So
people
if
bullshit that
cutting
can be
off
taken.
family, how do you think it can reconcile that?
Bro,
kind of
family.
thing?
Let's be real. The only time family is actually family is when they want to eat jollof rice at your wedding. In everyday life and your everyday struggles. In your everyday life and your everyday struggles, how is family
But
helping
what's
you?
wrong if they just want to eat jollof rice?
No,
Jollof
because you
rice
didn't.
is not bad.
Because you didn't help me in my
You
everyday
help
life.
me when, but that's the thing. Like people don't want to be
like,
part of the process these days. Yeah.
They don't. They come and choose and pick and choose when they
Yeah.
want to say, oh yeah, but I was there. You wasn't. You're just saying that now that we're enjoying.
No, I'm not going to lie to you. If their family members are cut off for jollof rice, I'll be there to reconcile with them.
No,
Take your jollof and go home.
But that's my biggest is struggle.
Yeah,
that
because when
you're not part of the process.
you're not.
And now because
And maybe
now
it's
the
not
food
even
is
your.
ready,
It
you're
might
calm.
not even be your fault that you're not. For example, like we were moved from Nigeria to UK when we were very young. So there's a lot of uncles and that we probably would have had relationships with that we haven't.
Yeah.
However, you still can't come to enjoy now because you weren't part of the process. So you
but
can't
that's
say
the-
that
but
you were.
You see where especially now they believe that we don't care. When
No,
Yeah, I
well,
am
that's
your- I am your
nonsense.
auntie,
Well, to
I am
me,
your
to me,
this,
to
I
me,
am
that's
your
well,
that,
to me, that's
I am your
nonsense.
this.
that's where
To
family
me, that's
is.
nonsense
You're
because
just
you
fam-
didn't put any elbow grease in the work that it took to get
family
here.
just
Yet you have
family is
entitlement
good.
to
See,
collect.
I love family. I'm
Yeah,
a
family is
family-oriented
nice.
person. I love family, but
I don't.
Because
I
I know
don't
people
just-
without family are so sad, some of them.
yeah, I don't just.
There's a lot of sad people with family as well.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But that's the thing, and another thing with family, there are people like, if they are not benefiting from anything, I'm talking about siblings and family members now. It's not benefiting them. But they are not involved. They are not involved. They don't care. If it's raining, if it's sunny, they don't care. The only time you
It's
see
when
them,
you're getting it big.
yeah, getting bigger, and like that's when they
That's how majority of family is, though.
but it's sad.
They only want to put their leg when
Including
it's
friends, because
going
I remember
on.
one time when I just finished uni, I was just there. Nothing was really going on for me, and I would not lie to you because I left the UK and went back to Nigeria. I would not lie to you. The amount of people that were talking to me, friend, reduced by 70%.
Because you're in Nigeria.
Then the instance I got a scholarship, a Commonwealth scholarship, and I was doing all these things and getting all these awards, all these people were now popping up to me like on a random day, just send me a message like, "Hi, what's up?" I'm like, bro, I don't even know you from Jack.
It's just that people follow
now,
trends.
Yes, now you want to. Let's imagine now I end up winning a Nobel Prize. Me chilling with you obviously is a normal everyday thing because before I won the Nobel Prize, you were there. Mm-hmm. So imagine that next up I am your auntie, I am your uncle, and I think, okay, now because I've won the Nobel Prize, I have all this money.
That's what I say.
I'll tell fame. They now decide they want to come into my life.
If I'm going to live in Nigeria, I'm going to invest in big dogs.
Yes, I second you on that.
Big
I'm not
dogs.
a fan of dogs, but I rather I will go
big dogs. Dogs, and when I'm
I didn't know what I'll name the dog.
trained to attack.
I will name the dog Jack. So when you just see the person, you just say Jack, blow the whistle, boom. Or just boom mastiff, you know that grab.
You know, because there are people that it's
I just
so,
want to have that. I don't even want to
it's
say
so
what
wicked. Because now
I don't even want to say
now
that.
there was a time,
You know those people that have like swords on their wall and stuff.
No, that's the just summarize sword.
1 million.
Because there are people that
when they see things like that, their whole concept of what they were going to say will change. Everything will just change.
Or maybe a shotgun.
Because now I'm thinking like, family, why are you?
No, but I've seen some people like threatening their family out of their house with a gun.
That's what.
Because there are some people you
Closing
neglected
statements.
them when they were at the very lowest low. You didn't support, and these people learn how to struggle on their own. The family, I've seen families that they were doing very well. The dad died. These people came, took everything from the
all the properties
from the families. These kids and their mom, the mom from knowing one or two people from when the dad was alive. Struggle. Boom, these children are doing very well. See this uncle will now come and it's mad.
If you want to love people and claim to be their friends and their family, you have to come correct, live up to whatever expectations.
I just feel like it's not a force to be part of my life.
Yeah,
if you're
want to be part,
if you're part of it, you're a part of it, and if you're not, you're not. But you're not a part of it.
But
then when I'm celebrating, you're now a
it.
part of it. Like, do you get? And for me, just because you're family doesn't mean you have to be a part of it. Maybe it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't.
No, true.
The relationship doesn't work.
And that's perfectly
get?
fine.
Yeah, there are people that victions don't align.
Yeah.
Even the way they are. Family does not automatically mean the person will be nice or a good person.
Even not just being a good person, but maybe we don't vibe and we're family.
Yeah. It's cool.
But it is what it is.